Hello, welcome back. I don't know why you're here, and God knows I don't know why I'm here beyond the fact that a long time ago two people had a very irresponsible night and I'm paying for it for the rest of my life. As we all know. So, today we got another SR team for you here for the combat test, and this is not an official team by any means, way, shape, or form. They're just 4 SRs that I know some people have some difficulties figuring out. But yeah, so let's move on, shall we? Good. Starting out with Amezaiku here. Amezaiku. I don't know. We can either call him, we could call him the Sugar Man, but at the same time, that reference a Marvel villain that no one likes to acknowledge exists. For good reason. He's a freaking creep. But we could also go with Candyman and just cue Christina Aguilera's song. So let's go with that, Candyman. Maybe a little Willy Wonka, depends on your preference. But yeah, let's go with that. So, as you can see, he's a grade 6. He is fully skilled up. And yeah. Now, his focus is, of course, not so... I did put him with a little more focus on using his attack. But his main focus is to keep everybody alive with his abilities. And yes, he is mostly a healer, so that's why his HP is very high. But I also, as everyone knows, I love the whole thing of a combat healer, combat medic kind of deal. So, of course, he's more than capable of slapping a bitch, as we know. So, with him, I've got Soul Edge hooked on here for its attack boost, HP boost, and that fact it plays well in with his character to keep protecting everybody. And of course, a lot of HP here, some attack, a little crit damage, just a little sprinkle of crit, a little sprinkle of effect resistance. Special effect hit that he actually does not need, but it exists here. I'm working on it. But of course, Shinkiro, because let's face it, the shelter is very useful. And why wouldn't you have... and shelter on a healer is extremely useful. And that would be Callie deciding she wants to come in here and be a herself. Honestly, sweet girl, what are you doing here? Can't you come visit when I'm doing a video with the Nekomata, with the Nekomata or something instead? But yeah. Shinkiro for its effect and everything. So yeah. Overall, he's built to not only heal his allies, but keep himself alive and maybe slap a bitch. His entire focus is on taking care of everybody. Which is why we love him, yes. So, moving beyond Amezaiku, we go to our little monkey girl, Kawazaru. And I'd like to apologize. My OBS did an update that is unfortunately making it run funky. And with the giant snake moving around in the background, that's unfortunately also causing some problems. So, yeah. As we know. But anyway. For Kawazaru is a grade 5, is fully skilled up here. And their focus is, of course, on their effect resistance, but also on using their effect hit. Basically, and again, as I've said, I like it when my Shiki can do a lot of punching stuff. You stop! Punch things to the face and everything. As we saw, Amezaiku can slap a bitch. She can smack a bitch. Which is what is useful here. So, aside from going to the town with trying to boost her effect hit, because that was my focus, and giving her some effect resistance, because I think we all know a little bit of effect resistance can go a long way to keeping your Shiki from being hit with Confuse, and Daze, which sometimes we all admit are overpowered. Onikiri, we are still looking at you. Why do you think I always target Onikiri's on teams of Confuse if I can? He's a team killer if you ain't careful. Which, actually, it makes a lot of sense lore-wise if you think of it, for him to be very weak to Confuse. Let's go. Anyway, where was I? Tree Nymph is on my Kawazaru because, one, the effect resist, the defense boost, as well as the chances of her removing an orb from an opponent, because that is actually insanely useful. So, again, focus a little on attack, mostly on her effect hit, hence why she has Azure Basin here. But her focus is, again, effects and basically trying to do double duty, keeping out on the orbs, which is very useful. I mean, it always helps to have someone who can take out orbs. But now we move down from them to go slippy slidey, and we move to Jinmenju here. And I think we all love the new skin he has. Like, I mean, that skin is freaking beautiful, and we all know it. Excellent work, team. Very excellent work. But, yeah. In his case, if you don't know where you get Jinmenju, you get him from the shrine by turning in talismans. Not amulets, talismans. Which you can get as a quest reward. This is just for people who don't know. And you will work your ass off for that, trust me. He's an expensive boy. But he is also a Shiki that defense is his bread and butter. So if you got souls that focus on boosting defense rather than anything else, he is the Shiki those were made for. And in his case, now, he's not fully skilled up. I will be blunt with you right here. You're going to be working your ass off for this. This is where skilled Daruma are going to go. Him, Manandake, Kainen, they are where you are probably going to put, like, certain rapid promotions and a lot of skilled Daruma. You're going to be doing a lot of summons to try and also get talismans to get a pay for his existence. So as you can see, I have already, he's got 2 fully leveled, but his last one here is not, but he still does very nice work, even though he's not fully leveled yet, so there's no worries there. God, I wish the frame rate would settle. But, again, defense. Tree Nymph was originally, I put on him as a bit of a joke, and also because of its defense boost, but I do love double duty. So he's also, aside from bringing his abilities, bringing the defense boost, he is also there to help control orbs for your opponent. So, again, defense, 1 heavy duty effect resist because, again, Daze and Confuse can be overpowered sometimes, and you really don't want that. So defense, effect resistance, mostly defense. We have this little one up here, but it's got just a smidge of attack, but it also covers a little bit of everything else, because again, I'm trying to get him to do things. And then we add in Fortune Cat to boost his defense even higher, his HP a little bit. Now, as you can see, you don't need attack with this boy. You really don't. You need defense, so we have over plus 800 extra defense to it. Case in point. Again, great work on that, skins, people. Let's move on, shall we? Now, next on our list is Komatsu, and I think we can all agree, Squirrel Girl, Squirrel Boy, whichever you want to go with. Literally, you don't really know what gender some Shiki have unless you go into one of the area boss things and it tells you summon to use at least 5 or whatever number male shiki. Use at least 5 female shiki. You don't really know because there are translation errors. Let's face it. I mean, during one of the last boating events, I got a little like event sort of thing with Ameona, and they literally mistranslate Ameona as being male waiting for his husband. So that's the thing. Yeah, let's move on. What was I doing? Right. So our little squirrel is not fully skilled up yet, but is grade 5. And their main focus here isn't so much their attack, it's keeping them alive long enough to use their effects. In particularly to morph enemies into acorns so you can save yourself a turn or so. Hence why we're at 90% effect hit for this shiki. That is the bread and butter. The other thing being able to hide to keep themselves alive. We all know that can get annoying when you ever fight them. May take it to your advantage here. So, since attack is the focus, effect hit is. We've got mostly a focus with defense, effect hit, and a little sprinkle of HP. And definitely some effect resistance, because if you've got someone who's there for crowd control purposes, it's not doing you any good if they're getting knocked stupid every 5 seconds. So we have here a tree spirit with a defense booster, which also adds a little extra HP, a tree spirit with a double helping of effect hit, and a little speed. Crowd control is important to be able to move fast. You know, be a little Sonic. We have here, of course, a defense boosting Fortune Cat, an HP boosting Fortune Cat with a little more focus on that, but notice almost everything has some kind of effect hit, almost. This one is more of a little attack to give him a little chance to slap somebody, but this can easily be switched out for more HP or more defense, depending on what you need. And of course, this one over here, a little bit more attack, but also everything it's focused is on tree. Now, you're wondering why Fortune Cat's here. It's not just because Fortune Cat is a defense booster. It's because Komatsu is again doing some double duty, this time bringing orbs to the party because of Fortune Cat's ability. A 50% chance to gain 2 orbs at the start of a turn. Yes. If you don't have anything else, Fortune Cat or Azure Basin hooked onto an effect hit booster, or Fortune Cat to any shiki really, who's you're using for like crowd control or healing purposes, is going to help provide plenty of orbs so you can keep your party going. And you always want to keep the party going. Gonna have to have a conversation in a minute with a human. Hi. So over here, of course, we have Umibozu, or as several people have said in his comments that I've seen before the last purge of comments, and probably before the next one is done, Shark Daddy. Which, I mean, his Secret Zone skin, definitely amazing, and I'm kind of curious on if they ever intend to make a different one or upgrade this. But the shark looks awesome. He looks very King Shark, like he'd be related to King Shark, to be honest. Hey, look at it. Now, he's here because his ability allows him for healing in his passive. He's grade 5. He can do a lot of attacks. Since his focus is actually on attacking with the giant waves and his water spout, but he's also able to passively heal because of his blessed water when he does attack. You don't need to put a focus on his HP. He can basically just beat the shit out of somebody and he's gonna heal the party. Which is very useful, and in all honesty, I'm gonna say that you don't really need to boost his HP beyond what you think he might need to keep alive, because I have not seen his HP affect his healing in the slightest, unless it is much like with Yasha, and some reason effect hit seems to boost the chances of him getting a multi-attack. It's an unwritten thing. So somebody will need to confirm. Now, because he's focused on doing attacking and just passively healing, he's got Watcher with a speed booster because he's got to move quick, got to be fast, and his attack boosters. Now, if anything, the speed boost, it allows him to get a first attack, which is useful. However, especially if your opponent has like a upper hand ability where they attack your Shiki like as soon as it starts, him being able to move fast so that your first move basically is passively healing is very useful. Of course, because he does multiple attacks, it's, again, as I've many said, hit him with Ghostly Songstress. Ghostly Songstress and multiple attacking in a single turn, Shiki is a godsend, yes. One of the reasons I swear by Ghostly Songstress being on Tamamo, Blazing Tamamo, and normal shooting when he's being a Gatling gun. Very useful. So, alright, so I say we covered everybody. We got Seimei in the background just looking like his pretty self. So, if you're just going to stick around to see the fun part of this, the combat test, feel free. If you'd rather just knock off here now that you got what you originally came for, also, no shame. Just please, on your way out the door, just do the holy trifecta of YouTube with a like, comment, subscribe down below. You know, if you feel like it. Leave suggestions for things you want to see or soul builds you want to test. You know, or if you got a Shiki you're confused by, say, what do you got for this? I got a little bit of everything, so we can see. So, let's move on. For everybody else, we're getting a level 40 Hahakagami zone and a level 40 Kappa zone, and let's start the violence, shall we? Here we go. It's a little frozen. There we go. See, I don't use Shinkira as often as I could, but I really do love its effect, and that shelter is extremely useful. And again, Triniv, you're keeping them from, because, I mean, in this it's showing you're basically keeping them from being able to do hit everybody at one time. So, 2 Trinivs, very useful. Okay, does Umibozu sound like he's saying Wave of Honor? Or, am I just hearing things that are not existent? Because, I mean, the same basis, I mean, it literally sounds like, Sogenbi is 9 times out of 10 yelling Shoryuken. And sometimes sounds like Seimei is saying, get crazy when he puts his shield up, so I don't know. Anyway, that was a little funky. Okay, so I'm gonna head over to the Kappa zone, and I'll see you in a hot minute, alright? Okay. Okay, and we are back with the Kappa zone, level 40, with Umibozu, Amezaiku, Jinmenju, Kawazaru, and Komatsu, and odds are I have horribly mispronounced every single one of these names, so do bear with me. So, let's have some violence, shall we? Yay! Violence! I'm serious, that sounds like Wave of Honor. Yes, Komatsu, bring us orbs, sweetie. I don't know, but it feels a little smidge like Jinmenju is carrying a smidge, but at the same time, regardless, that's still awesome. I'm sorry, I just just love watching our little monkey girl when she uses her abilities. Like, she even turns into Sebe. That's so cute. In little ways, it's almost like she kind of weaponizes the Mirage ability from fighting Shinkura, which becomes hilarious. Alright, that was awesome sauce. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'd say that was fun. If you did stick through to the end, thank you immensely. Please, again, do the holy trifecta of YouTube with a like, comment, subscribe down below. Leave suggestions or whatever. And I'm going to knock off here, and I'll see you next time, alright? See ya.